This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by State Farm Insurance.
Well, before the break, we talked about headaches and what can cause the most headaches. Well, we have something else to add to that list.
Ever find yourself in the car driving along, all of a sudden you see it somewhere between the Grand Canyon and a crater on the moon? It's a big black pothole. You can't avoid it. You cringe, you hope for the best, and you drive right through it.
Yeah, happens all the time. Our next guest wants to help you avoid the headaches that can come with those potholes. Matt Basile is a State Farm insurance agent in Dover. Matt, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Yeah, it just seems like out of nowhere, especially this time of year, they appear. Why is that?
Well, it's based on moisture, really. You know, you go through the winter months and the moisture seeps into the pavement, and then expand and contract, etc., will create cracks, and then have the lovely pothole.
You have that pothole.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not just the road. I guess it gets in the driveway too.
It does. You can get in your driveway. Depending on what type of driveway you have, it's a good idea to try and patch that if you can, because it doesn't matter how fast or slow you're going over a pothole, or you can still damage your car.
Really?
Your tires. Yep.
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
So a low speed impact will
Absolutely.
tear things up just
yes,
as much.
it will. It will. Maybe not just as much, but you can still have damage.
Let's talk about some of the damage the potholes can cause. They can really mess up your car.
Yes, they can. As far as State Farm statistics, it looks between $300 and $700 it'll end up costing a policyholder for that type of damage. Not only just the tires, we'll see towing claims based on a tire going out, but your wheels, and of course, as it states there, the suspension is the big one. So you get on the upper end of the cost there.
Yeah, I had my daughter just ran over a pothole and with brand new tires, and it caused like a big bubble in the tire.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk State Farm. When it comes to hitting a pothole, is that going to be covered under my policy?
It is, if you have full coverage.
Right.
If you have liability only, it's not. But full coverage collision is the coverage that would take care of that. It's important to reach out to your agent, find out what your collision deductible is. That way you know what part of that damage will be coming out of your pocket and what part your insurance company is going to pay.
But it will cover it?
Yes, it will.
So I guess the best thing we can do is try to avoid them altogether. Are there any tips for not running through them?
I hate to say it, most of them are pretty obvious. Driving slower, you have more time to react. Slowing down is a good one. Take roads you know well. We all have a road that we know that there's a famous pothole on, and the one day you don't pay attention to it, slam.
There it is.
And then well-lit roads if you're traveling at night.
Right.
Yep.
So we come up on the one that we can't avoid.
Yes.
Suggestions?
Yes. It's and I didn't know this either prior to getting into insurance, but you want to slow down prior to meeting the pothole, but once you're in a pothole, you shouldn't have your foot on the brakes because that could cause some additional damage.
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So
I didn't know that.
Slowing down prior.
And
What about after we hit it?
after you hit it, as it states there, you just want to make sure that you take a mental note real quick at what's going on with my vehicle now. Is it any different than it felt prior to going over that pothole, steering wheel wobble, or pulling with tires? Yeah.
And then take a look at everything real good and make sure that it simply
it's
looks
always
good.
a good idea
Make
to
sure it's all
inspect it.
okay. Now we're talking about cars, motorcycles. It's a whole different story. It can be.
It is. It is. Motorcycles, as every motorcyclist knows, you have a little more danger hitting a pothole. You start getting into personal injury at that point. And again, that's something else that's important to talk to your insurance company about. Find out what that personal injury protection looks like on that policy. But when you look at the statistics, it looks like National Highway Administration states very obviously it's a better idea to avoid them on a motorcycle than do anything else. You don't want to drive over a pothole.
So another great reason to stay a little farther back from the motorcycle.
Yep, drive a little slower if you can, and if you're in a car, give the motorcycle a little bit of room as well.
There you go.
All right.
Matt, thank you.
Thank you. It's good seeing you guys.
Awesome information. Terrific stuff there. Well, if you'd like more information from State Farm Insurance on pothole safety, or to get in touch with State Farm agent Matt Basile, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab. You'll find that now on the left side of your home page.
Still ahead on Delmarva Life, got a leaf blower? How about one of these, a spaghetti spoon? You have to have some socks lying around the house.
As a matter of fact, I do.
How these items can be used for double duty and save you a lot of time and money as you embark on the spring cleaning. And while we're talking spring, your kids may be busy with sports right now. Dr. Oz has more on how to keep them safe.
Hi, I'm Dr. Oz. Sports are great for kids' health, but growing bodies are vulnerable to breaks and tears. Choose sports that are age appropriate. No team sports before age 6. Activities should begin with warm-up and end with cool-down exercises. Never let a child play through their pain. If injured, make sure they see a doctor right away.